Aerobatic Racing. Tell me what's involved here.
Aerobatic Racing is a new performance act where there's actually two components. It's the racing component, which is the entertainment component, and the performance that we all see performers do in the air in front of the crowd. But also we combine that with marketing, and it's incentive-based marketing where spectators are driven to actually a sponsor's tent or booth, and they can receive some kind of prize or some kind of incentive to watch the race. So they sign up for maybe a pair of sunglasses or a watch or whatever your event sponsor maybe want to promote. Then they watch the race, and if their pilot wins, they go back to the event sponsor and receive their prize.
Sounds like an exciting concept. What's an aerobatic race going to consist of?
An aerobatic race is two pilots flying side by side, roughly 500 feet apart. And they fly a sequence, an aerobatic sequence of about 8 to 10 maneuvers. And the first one to finish those maneuvers wins the race.
Now, how do you match aircraft with dissimilar capabilities?
That's the fun. The strategy involved in dissimilar aircraft is each pilot uses the aerodynamic efficiencies and energy management of the aircraft that they fly to help them beat the other aircraft. It's not about raw power, and it's not about how fast your airplane can go, but think of it more of a sports car on a road course. It's like how fast you can take your airplane through the corners and manage your energy to beat the other guy.
Now, as I understand it, you've run 5 of these races so far?
We've run 5 in 2009, and we're planning on roughly a 10 to 15 show schedule for 2010.
What'd you learn from 2009? This had to be a quite educational process.
Actually, it was really, really fun. We learned that the crowds really, really like the race. They're not involved in the complexity of the maneuvers because they can see that through the solo air show performers. The crowd really reacts to how close the air show performers are during the race and the margin of victory.
What are the spectators telling you directly? I mean, obviously, you're getting people excited about that, but how do they get emotionally involved?
Well, they get emotionally involved for 2 reasons. One's because it's a really cool act. Everyone likes to see a race. And when the race is close, that's what makes it fun. And usually you're rooting for a spectator, and that's the other component of this. When you have a prize on the line, like maybe $5 off a pizza or something like that, and your pilot wins, you're like, yeah, you know, it's a lot more fun to watch the race.
I would imagine something like this, the quality of narration's got to be critical.
It really is. We discovered that the narrator is an essential component to aerobatic racing, and we called it a little bit like a horse race. It's a non-stop, very energy-filled audio or narration, commentary, that type of thing, and it builds to a crescendo at the end to a very climactic ending. And we found that as you look down the show line right to left during the ending of the race, you can see people almost surge toward the towards the show line and breathe a sigh of relief if their pilot either wins or loses.
Sounds like fun. We're going to have to look forward to seeing this somewhere along the air show route in 2010.
That's great. Thank you so much, Jim.
Aero-TV is brought to you by...
If you own a Cirrus today, or if you are considering the purchase of a new or used aircraft, consider this. Avidyne, in conjunction with the country's leading Cirrus sales and maintenance facilities, has launched the G3R9 program that combines the purchase of a late-model, low-time Cirrus aircraft and the addition of the Avidyne Integra Release 9 avionics suite for much less than you may have thought, and certainly much less than purchasing a brand new aircraft. G3R9, combining the best airframe, best engine, and best avionics for the best value.